Pack your bags. We are checking into Bates Motel with actor Nestor Carbonell and also executive producer Carlton Cuse from A&E's hit drama Bates Motel. Good morning, guys. Great to have you on the show.
Stephanie.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. We're so excited to have you on the show. But before we check into the 5th and final season of Bates Motel, for anyone who may be joining us late, talk about the show's premise of Bates Motel in this not so sleepy town and what people can expect if they weren't able to tune in just yet.
Bates Motel is a contemporary prequel kind of based on the movie Psycho, but it's a story about Norman and Norma Bates, who are this very connected mother-daughter, mother and son, and they buy a motel in Oregon, and Nestor here plays the sheriff in town, and this is a town where there's a lot of kind of malevolent things that go on, but the show is really focused on this relationship between Norma and Norman, and really in a lot of ways it's about whether or not he's going to become this sort of malevolent serial killer that we all know from the movie.
So, and Nestor, kind of bring us into the 5th season here. Your character has it out for Norma's stepson, for your stepson, right?
I have it out for, my stepson, which is Norman Bates. I did end up marrying his mother, season 4, spoiler alert,
right.
for those who haven't watched it yet. But now that he has taken her life, I am very much on a mission to avenge her death. So absolutely, I have my sights on him, and getting to.
And he's boxing and training. Yeah. He's ready to do some bad stuff.
I've been working on my jiu-jitsu.
Well, with the acting and writing that goes into this, do you ever find yourself, I don't know, waking up in a Bates Motel nightmare? I know with some of these scenes, I mean, I'm not sure how you couldn't, right? I'd be dreaming.
It's funny when you actually write a show like this. I don't ever really think of it as being that scary, because when you're inside it, and then people say, "Oh, that episode was so tense," but I don't know. I just maybe because we're making it, I don't feel that way. What about you?
No nightmares yet. No. But yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like you're in it, so you're engaged in it, and even though you're suspending disbelief, it's still a world you're creating. So I guess, when I watch it back, I do feel what the fan feels, because you add the score to it. Yeah, it's cut together. Yeah, even though you know what's coming. Yeah. I definitely feel it.
Well, I would say even when you're not starring, in a hit drama, maybe you're just working or you're watching from the seat of your couch, that story just gets you sucked in. So I think it just, especially when you're passionate about it or you're passionate about the show, somehow it seems to just make your way into the dreams. At least I've experienced it. All right, let's talk familiar faces. I know we've seen Rihanna in a 2nd episode now in season 5. What role does she play, and why did you want to involve Rihanna in this?
The original movie, there's this famous character, Marion Crane. The movie actually starts with her. She's stolen some money, and she's going to see her boyfriend, and she gets stuck at this mysterious motel. That's the premise of Hitchcock's Psycho. In our show, we thought it would be fun to cross that character back through the mythology of our show, but obviously Rihanna is a very different interpretation of the character than the one played by Janet Leigh in the original movie. And but she's stolen some money. She's found herself stranded at the Bates Motel, and adventures ensue. And Nestor directed her 1st episode along with acting in it.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Well, is there anything, upcoming about Rihanna's role, or anything surprising about any of these scenes that you can tell us? Maybe give us a little bit without giving, too much away for the viewer. But anything, with respect to Rihanna?
With respect to Rihanna, it's what I loved about what Carlton Cuse and Erica Lopez did on this, in the episode I got to direct with her, was that while you guys are paying homage to Psycho, and introducing this character from Psycho, it's not straight down the middle. And that's what I love about the show, is that it's very much its own world. So while there's, nods to the classic, you've created, an entire new world in modern day times. You've borrowed that dynamic of mother and son, imagined it, what it would be. So the surprise, certainly with Rihanna is a twist. It's not going to be Psycho straight down the middle. I don't know if am I giving away too much? But no.
Well, and I'm looking at your
Not at all.
social media here, you know, as we're talking. I'm looking at your Facebook page, and you've got quite the fan base here. They say this is the best show ever written. Another says the casting is absolutely amazing. So clearly they are all clamoring for more Bates Motel. So when can they tune in? And like I said, this is the 5th and final season, but also one says this is the best series ever made, by the way.
It's on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on A&E. So check it out. And it's also, the earlier seasons are available on Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, if Bates Motel were a real place, would either of you check in?
No, never. Absolutely not. Nestor's braver than me, so that's why I write. I kind of try to stay out of the actual action myself. But Nestor might do it.
Hey, listen, I heard there were fans who actually, I think the first season crashed in a party at the motel when we didn't have security.
Yeah, so we actually built it in Vancouver. We built the Psycho House and the motel, and you know the road out in front had a lot of skid marks on it from people who were driving by and just freaked out when they saw it. Eventually, between seasons, we had to have a security guard there all the time.
Wow. Well, those are some brave fans. Dedicated, I tell you. We're so happy you took time to visit with us today. Thank you so much. And again, check out Bates Motel.
We have awesome fans, and our fans have been so loyal. And you know, we've had long hiatuses, and they've stuck with our show, you know, throughout the entire series. So we're extremely grateful to our fans. They're
all right.
amazing.
Well, if you are a fan, head to our website. We'll have a preview there, fox4morningblend.com.